How's it going, guys? It's Mr. Lone Wolf, and today I've just got a bit more of the Rift map, a bit of gameplay, a couple of missions, a couple of trucks that are pretty good on them. I test the Voron AE out on this map. Yeah, a bit of all sorts really, I suppose. Obviously this first bit, I mean, this is how good this Tayga is. This was basically just after yesterday's clip ended. And I'm doing that uplink mission, which is like at the top of that hill. I've turned it into a fuel station now. And there was a mission at the top to bring... You need 2 lots of wooden planks and 2 lots of metal beams. I was too busy to mess around with that tree and that one. I was like, oh my god. You're all going on the list, but I'm busy. This Tayga, it's... If you've got it, or you're able to get it, you should have it really if you've got as far as quarry, but yeah, if you can get it fully upgraded and bring it here, it's definitely capable. I still really like this map. I just like almost the awkwardness of it, but it doesn't feel awkward, it just feels challenging really, but it's quite fun to see which bits you can make it through and what you can't really. I mean, you're going to see this thing not just do well, but look, I cocked it up there and clipped that wood, and I've damaged the fuel tank and the suspension, so it's now like my other Tayga, the lowered one. Well, not lowered, broken suspension. But I like the look of it like that. And does it care? Not really, to be honest. I've tried other vehicles where I broke the suspension, and yeah, they become pretty useless. This thing, considering the terrain, I mean, look at it. See? You can't damage suspension when you've got none left. That's a pro tip for some of you guys. Works every time. I mean, look at it. Considering it has got collapsed suspension, doing pretty damn well. So it would be nicer if there was more missions on this map. However, this isn't Phase 1 DLC or anything, this is just another map that they've gave us, I think, obviously whether you got Season Pass or not. I'm guessing it might have supposed to have been in the original game, but I don't know whether it was not finished or buggy. But yeah, the Phase 1 DLC is supposed to have a map called Cola Peninsula or something, new vehicles, new skins, special cargo options, so I don't know if that means special trailers or what. I mean, look at this thing, just flies up there. I was originally going to go where you see me hesitate, and because it wasn't the suspension that was worrying me, it was the fuel. So I went round the other way, and you see how quick it just got up there. Stuck it in high now. Gets up here just fine. I've even got a burst tyre now as well, so... And look at it. Even look at the rear wheels drop down because it's got no suspension. It's like extra grip. So that's the first part of the mission anyway. That's doing the wooden plank. So the next one is this Scrapyard, which is where you get the metal beams from. So just quickly grab some fuel, and then basically just down the hill, just so happened to be where that service trailer is that I fixed the Tatrin up with. What the hell is that? Like a TV aerial for them little beehives. Right, little gangster bees in Russia. Smash them pumpkins. I found a little patch of pumpkins on one of the maps. You got to do it for a trophy. I'm not that far through it yet, but I'll get there. Damn. But yeah, still, you think now, look, even my engine's about dead as well because of that bloody Russian bees with their TV. But there's only the gearbox that's still alive, and it isn't really struggling or anything else. I've had trucks that are brand new that are worse. Look, I even got a free piece of wood. I was like, yes, quick, and cash it in. Oh. Okay, well I had a free piece of wood. So, I cut it out, but I got to my service trailer. I had to attach... I wish they would change that, so you don't have to attach the trailer on a repair thing to fix things up. Like, you don't have to do it with the fuel. And in real life, you wouldn't, obviously it wouldn't be a requirement. Bit more fuel, get on with the second part of the mission, which, yeah, like I say, metal beams. The only thing it's been so long since I played a mission, I forgot, but I need 2 metal beams, and obviously I could only fit 1 in this at a time. Not that it really would have made a difference to my plans, to be fair. So I think this was the one where I just was like, send it. I've got suspension again. What could possibly go wrong? See, because all that weight's in the base of the vehicle, it just, it's good. Them trees, like I say, they're on the list, but busy. One day, this whole map will be bold. It's a dream. When the mods come out, like I say, I'll put like a bloody aircraft carrier engine in this thing, and a drag racing gearbox, and then everything's dead. So here's that bridge where I got stuck. Like, I don't know if it was a glitch sort of thing, or if there is something underwater that I got wedged on. I was a bit surprised here, to be honest. Didn't think the old Tayga had stopped there. So I've even been driving, oh my god, what a horse of a vehicle. A loaf, but funnily enough, when I updated the vehicle, updated the game, it duplicated a loaf in my garage, but then when I, like, that was yesterday, and obviously I played all this gameplay, turned the game off. When I came back on today, it's gone, which was fine, but then it was like, it's already prick-teased me with the idea, the possibilities in my mind, with 2 loafs, 2 horses of a vehicle, were endless. So I went and bought another horse, and, well, yeah, I mean, stay tuned, because the Khan loaf is awesome. Funnily enough, I've seen SD11's video where he's like 5 worst vehicles, and the loaf is in there. I was like, oh no, not a little loaf. But one thing he's definitely right about is it has tiny tyres, and it is crap in mud. But there's other ways it shines. It's nigh on impossible to roll. Like, you know when I rescue trucks from the bottom of the cliffs, I don't just take the loaf like, oh, I need footage. Like, if anything, I've got too much footage. I keep running out of bloody memory. But I take the loaf because if I go with anything else, it's like 50-50 if it'll still be on its wheels when I get to the bottom of the cliff, and then I have to recover again and blah blah blah. Whereas the loaf just like, I've rolled the loaf probably 100 times, and I've maybe had to recover it once or twice, and that's not including, like, I didn't have an autonomous winch or anything. Yeah, it's like, it is crap, like, in mud and all that sort of stuff, but it's a little mountain goat. If you send it up on the awkward hills, like, it just doesn't roll. I mean, look at this thing as well. My biggest thing in this game, I'm doing fine, and then my brain's like, yeah, but why don't you try and get up that awkward bit? And then I have to, otherwise my brain will just never let me forget it. And then, yeah, I just drove up there, and even I was surprised, to be honest. I thought I might at least need a winch just to, like, tug the nose down, basically, to pop the rear wheels up, but no, it just drove up there like it was nothing. Stuck it in high up here, not a problem. Doesn't catch its nose on there that time because it has suspension. And like I say, here I was like, what the hell? What's wrong with it? But I was like, oh, it's been so long since I've done a mission because I'm doing all these reviews and that yeah, I forgot to even look in the top corner and realise that I need 2 beams. If I had that 4-slot trailer that I originally brought, then I could have actually done almost this mission in one, because obviously I could have got the wooden planks in the back of this truck, and then both metal beams on the back of the 4-slot trailer. Is it just me, or were they not called metal beams on the other maps? I don't remember ever saying metal beams. I thought they were like metal planks, but they're still double-sided. I might be wrong, but when I read it I was like, what? I don't ever remember hearing that one. So I didn't go quite as far over to the right this time, and it got up there. Those little rocks on the hill, rocks in this game really do mess a truck's traction up, because as soon as it just bounces on a rock, that's it, it lifts your tyre in the air. I suppose stuff like the Caterpillar, that's pretty damn good over rocks, because it's just got such a massive tyre that it isn't really affected by ones that size. So, got the last set of planks. Time to finish the mission, and then I think, well, yeah, got a couple of little things. I went and checked out that remember yesterday where I rescued the TUZ Tatrin from, and it's like a little rock bridge tunnel sort of thing. I went and had a little snoop around there. And you could, to be honest, you can go through some of the tunnel, but not all of it. you'd need a lower slung vehicle. So you're going round more to the left of that collapsed bridge is, yeah, it does fine, pretty damn easy. I just cut little bits like that out, because it was like when my cat jumps up and that, I say hello to him and I stop driving for a minute, so there's just random bits where I just stop. But yeah, this Tayga's definitely a monster on this map. I brought the Western Star twin steer. Shrubs West of Stallone. I hit it so hard with the twin steer it glitched through me to like the middle of my truck and then popped out the side, so I'm going to call it a win because if it's glitching through my truck, I hit it that hard, there's not really a lot I can do. See, coming up here, I thought final challenge, I seen it right ahead of me, so I gave it a go. This time I had a feeling I was going to need the winch, but if you heard, for most of that I wasn't even pulling on the winch. It was just that first little bit to bump the rear tyres up that first ledge, and then it pulled itself up after that, so definitely, like, this isn't, when I say this isn't my favourite vehicle, the best way I can explain it is, you know, like Michael Schumacher in the 90s and 2000s, he was good, and it's like, I like a bit of an underdog, and I think that's originally what I didn't cheer for the Tayga because it was just good at everything, but with these wheels it's even better, so it's more like Ronnie O'Sullivan now. It's good, but I like it. Here's this little rock tunnel. First off, I clipped my roof over to the right, but I moved over a bit more to the left, and it's a bit of a squeeze. I'm trying to think, what do you reckon the lowest vehicle is? Or if not, if they do mods, if you got a nice low slung vehicle, obviously getting through there's alright, but you'll see further on in a minute. This as well, you definitely got to get yourself a load start. I will just say as well, I've still got highway tyres on it because I was drifting around the runway in White Valley and I just forgot to change them back, so there's a few times where you'll see the grip is a little bit lacking, but that isn't, like I say, this fault, it's just I've left the wrong tyres on it and I can't really be arsed going back to Zimnogorsk and driving all the way back. Yeah, this is that next bit where, like I say, this is just too tall. I can't really think of anything else that wouldn't be, but I got back to the beginning. This is where you drag the TUZ out, and it's like little bits like this where I think if it had the mud tyres on or whatever, it'd just drive up there, but I just couldn't get the grip with the highway tyres. Still got up there, no problem, no risk of tipping. And then you see that curtain side trailer that was just on the left of the screen. I'm going to go and take that, and that's another thing with this, like, a lot of scouts wouldn't really, I know you've got a winch it, you can't attach it, but dragging a trailer this size, a lot of scouts wouldn't be happy about it, and this thing, it's like, it barely even makes a difference to the speed, to be honest. Like, obviously it's a bit bumpy and all sorts here, so it's not quite got time to get into, like, high gear, but it's like the trailer just nudged me through there. But yeah, look, it's dragging it fine. Come around here, I tipped the trailer over, but I managed to get it back by itself. And then I got a bit distracted at the minute. I was driving past here and I seen that, and I was like, fucking hell, what's that skip? Little Timmy's stuck down a mine shaft. Hold me beer, I'm going in. But sadly, there wasn't. I was hoping to like plunge 50 foot and start driving down mine shafts and stuff, but nope. Like, fine. Back to work. So I got it back to like I don't know, I'm trying to think where to explain it, but this is like a main bit of the road. You'll definitely get used to this little bit. That's where, like, if I was coming the other way, the road just flies off the cliff. I mean, look at this thing, considering it's pulling a big fat trailer and it's only a Scout. It's definitely and highway tyres as well. It's still got up there just fine. Pulls this trailer up no problem. Like, it's definitely a little beast of a vehicle, this. This is like definitely up there. To be honest, it might surprise some of you, but I'd say my top 4 vehicles now is probably the Hummer in 4th. That's definitely a lot better with the roof rack off. Like, I now get it why people were saying it's a bloody good, like, it is. It's now very nice. 3rd, probably that Lodestar. 2nd, the Tatrin, and 1st, the Khan Loaf. That's the first thing, right? I've tested this Voron AE. First thing, just leave the stock exhaust on, because you've seen how much it's smoked there. Whereas now the smoke's going under the truck. To be honest, I like this Voron, and I definitely know I'm being a bit more strict on it than I would with like the Ford CTL 9000 or whatever it's called, because that's a highway vehicle on an off-road game, so I didn't have high hopes for that. This should be like top 5 or 10 vehicles in the game. I think it's bloody good. The biggest thing I really don't like about it is it has what I feel like terribly slow steering and a pretty massive turning circle. And I just found a lot when I was driving along that I kept hitting trees and all sorts of things, just corners that I should have been able to make, and it didn't, and it felt more like I was driving the twin steer levels of like a bad turning circle. I did put it in high up here. Like, it's very good. Like, it's a contender really with the Tayga, but I'll give the other Vorons more of a go. I mean, look here, I go to turn and it just won't go, so I put the brakes on and then it shoves me round. But then look, when I reverse now, because the steering's so shallow, it doesn't have enough of an effect to dig the front in and flick it round. Like, I only got flicked round there because as the trailer tightened on my hitch, it kind of pulled my arse end round. But yeah, steering is like its biggest weakness that I really didn't like. I will review this pretty soon as well. That I want to get on to reviewing some of these purchasable trucks. I just wanted to get all the findable stuff out of the way, because obviously that's what people are going to find first and most likely upgrade and stuff. But now, obviously me included, a lot of us have got spare cash to buy stuff like this. See, I went to turn that corner and it just didn't even start to attempt it, and then when I reverse, it barely turns, so you end up having to ram the trailer out of the way. And now, you imagine if you follow that turning circle round, it'd be massive. But yeah, apart from that, it's like very good. It's, yeah, like I say, Tayga levels of good really. I'm gonna put it through like the normal tests I do for the review video, because obviously that way I can just gauge it relative to other stuff. It's all well and good saying, oh, it doesn't turn well, but I want to just see how, like that, where I pick the cargo up and turn and stuff, I want to see. But yeah, I reckon at least the other Vorons, the Grad, definitely had a better turning arc than this thing. So anyway, as you can see, I brought loads of stuff down here. These, to be honest, this maintenance trailer, they always make stuff that needs repairs like 9 points more than this maintenance trailer and stuff. That's why I had the service one and all sorts. But anyway, I brought some stuff, I repaired that and got it done. But eventually, you can see, I crashed with the Voron, tipped it over with the trailer, and this little horse of a vehicle had to come. I tell you, the pair of them, look at them. If there was ever like Rise of the Planet of the trucks, it'd be these little pair that start it. I mean, look at it, rescuing Vorons like it's nothing. Absolute horse of a vehicle. Honestly, I'll call it now, there is nowhere on this map I can't get with a pair of these, because this one's got the strong winch and that one's got the autonomous winch. So there ain't nowhere I can't get out of or into with this pair. I mean, look at them, time of their bloody lives. So was I, to be honest.